I'm waiting for, I'm seeing the little score, circle turning because my score is generating, and I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like my heart is about to jump out of my chest. And then I saw the HESI score, and I was like, what?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my third semester of nursing school wrap up, but before I begin, I just want to thank all my new subbies for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I know it's a fairly small channel, and I hope that by following me I can help you with your nursing school journey, or any advice or questions that you may have. And if you see me looking down, I have some notes so I don't ramble or make this video excessively long. Alright, so let's jump right into it. I'm just gonna reiterate again, I am in a accelerated ADN program that is 12 months. I started January of this year, which is 2016, and I'll be finished in December of 2016, and I'll be able to sit for the NCLEX RN once I'm finished. Okay, and if you want to know more about my first semester of nursing school, I'm gonna include a link or an annotation, probably like here. You can click on that and see how my first semester of nursing school went. Alright, but now let's talk about the second semester of nursing school. So, how was the semester broken down? I had 3 main classes, which were community health, pediatrics, and maternal and child OB. The way it was broken down was that I had pediatrics in the month of June. It was a 4-week class. And I had maternal and child in July, which was another 4-week class, and then I had community health the duration of both classes. So that was from June to July and a little bit into August. Okay, so let's talk about community health first. I really enjoyed that course. Basically, we just learned about the role of the nurse in the scope of community health. And a lot of the things that I learned were pretty interesting. Some of the things were a little bit redundant because I do have a previous bachelor's degree, and I do have some previous coursework that kind of aligns with community health. But it was still interesting to learn specifically about the role of the nurse within community health. And we had a certain amount of hours that we had to complete to pass the class, and I was able to be a part of different community health fairs, and that was really cool. It was very interesting. I had the chance to be a part of a really big community health fair that was targeted towards people in underprivileged communities and like homeless persons, and it was really great. I felt like we were targeting the people that needed the most help, and it was very rewarding, and I really enjoyed that course. Okay, so let's talk about PEDS. So walking into PEDS, I really thought that I wanted to be a pediatric nurse. I thought that was the place for me. I really work well with children. There are a lot of children in my family, and I just mesh well with kids better than I do with adults. So walking into the class, I learned a lot. The coursework was very interesting. However, it was a 4-week class, and some of the mistakes that I made in the class were, one, I didn't get the book, and that was because in my first semester of nursing school, I purchased all of the books that were very expensive for the first semester, and I can honestly say that we really didn't use the books as much as I thought we were going to, just because most of our exams were based more on our professors' PowerPoints and what they would say to us in class. The book was kind of just an added resource, and so in an effort to save money, I figured I'm not going to get the book for PEDS. I'm just going to use the resources I already have. I'm going to pay attention in class, and that'll be fine. However, my PEDS instructor, his exams were heavily based on the book that I didn't have, and by the time I said to myself, hey, maybe you should get the book, the class is pretty much over because it was 4 weeks. So I just thought, like, well, there's no point in getting the book at this point because the class is over in a week. That's not to say I did bad on the exams. I was averaging, high B's, a couple A's on the exams. However, what messed me up was the HESI. If you want to know more about how the HESI is graded in my program and what the different numbers mean, I'll include a blog post that I wrote about it, and it goes more into depth without me having to make this video excessively long re-explaining it. So anyways, I sat down for the PEDS HESI, and I pretty much sweating bricks. Like, I didn't feel confident on most of the questions. I didn't feel like I knew a lot of the material that was on the exam. You know, it's a 4-week class. There's only so much that you can learn. There's no way you can learn everything about pediatrics in 4 weeks. So I did feel really unprepared for the exam, although I did study. And the crazy thing is that, again, we take the HESI, and the HESI is offered by Elsevier. So to study for the Pediatrics HESI, I use the book that Elsevier provides as study material. And you would think, okay, if I'm using the material provided by the people who write the test, I should be good. Wrong. That PEDS HESI book was completely useless. I spent about a good 3 days reading it, reading the pediatrics section from cover to cover, making sure I understood the content, retained the information, and I did all of that, and I sat down for the test, and I still felt wholly unprepared. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend that book to study for the HESI, which is crazy because they write the HESI. Yeah, that wasn't helpful at all. But anyways, sitting down for the HESI, I was so afraid because, again, the HESI is worth 15% of my grade. So if I didn't pass the HESI, there was a really high chance I wasn't going to pass the class, and I was really scared, and I was kind of psyching myself out taking the test because I would go through questions and I would say, oh my God, I don't know this, and if I don't know this, I could fail this test, and if I fail this test, I'm not going to pass the class. If I don't pass the class, all these other terrible things are going to happen. So I was getting really scared. So then I sat down, but I finished the test, and I'm waiting for, I'm seeing the little score circle turning because my score is generating, and I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like my heart is about to jump out of my chest. And then I saw the HESI score, and I was like, wait, what? Thankfully, I passed. I got a 795, and in my program, a 795 equates to 7.5 points out of the 15, and that was the bare minimum of what I needed to pass the class. And I passed the C, which, at first I kind of beat myself up about it, but I had to realize this is a 4-week class, and I was kind of studying for it like it was an 8-week class. And again, that was another mistake I made in addition to not getting the book. So do as I say and not as I did. I would not use the HESI book, and prepare accordingly if you're taking a 4-week class, because I didn't. This is the first 4-week class that we had in the program. That's how pediatrics went. I still really enjoyed the class. I enjoyed the coursework, and my clinical experience was great. I had the chance to be on an oncology floor, even though I had originally registered for the pediatric ICU, but something happened with the hospital. They weren't able to accommodate students in the ICU anymore, so they moved us to the oncology floor. And at first I was a little apprehensive about being there because you think of kids and you think of cancer, and to me it just sounded really depressing, and I didn't really want to be in that kind of environment. But it was nothing like that. It was actually very uplifting. The nurses there were amazing, and the children were so happy, and I'm honestly glad that that's where we were placed. And I'm not going to say I would want to work on an oncology unit, but I wouldn't be opposed to it anymore either. But that was my PEDS experience in a nutshell. And again, that was in the month of June. So then I started maternal and child OB, and I really, really, really enjoyed that class. I had a wonderful professor. She was very animated and very expressive, and I'm very much a visual learner. So just sitting in class and paying attention, I was able to learn so much. I really enjoy the content. I don't really know what else to say about it. I got the book for this class, and that did help. I got A's on all the exams, and I did really well on the HESI, and I did not use the green HESI book after my experience with PEDS for maternal and child OB. What I did to study for the HESI was I mostly did evolve questions. I did the practice questions that were provided under the patient case reviews, and I used the maternal and child success book. I'll include a picture here. I didn't read the whole book because it was a 4-week class again, but I did a comprehensive exam at the end, and I read all the rationales. And I feel like a culmination of all of that and studying throughout the month really helped me do well on the HESI. When I sat down, I felt way more prepared than I did for the PEDS HESI. And that's how OB went. I really enjoyed it. I can see myself working in the mother-baby unit, but I feel like my heart is still set on working in critical care. So that's how my second semester of nursing school went in a nutshell. So what am I doing now? Right now, I'm on my 3-week break, and so far so good. I just came back from vacation with some friends from school. We went to Vegas. We had so much fun, and I still have about just a little bit under a week and a half left of break before I start school again on the 22nd. So in this downtime, what I've been doing is, graduation is quickly approaching, and I want to kind of hit the ground running. So I've been looking at different new grad nurse residency programs where I live and out of state, just to kind of get a feel of what the application is going to ask for, and also deadlines, so that if there is a program that I want to apply for and maybe the application window opens in October or November, I know that ahead of time so that I can submit my application to get the ball rolling by the time I pass my boards, hopefully, and graduate. In addition to that, I've also been preparing for the NCLEX. I've been reading through my Saunders book, doing some evolved questions, like 25 questions a day, just to not let my mind wander or forget some of the things that I learned months ago. So that's how I've been preparing for the NCLEX, and that's all I've really been doing. It's nothing too heavy, and I'll be going into my 3rd and final semester of nursing school, and that's crazy because I feel like school just started in January and now we're in August, and it'll be December before I know it. So that's very exciting. It's surreal, honestly. So if anyone out there is in nursing school and you feel like it's daunting, or if you're in an accelerated program, you can do it. Just take it day by day, take a little bit at a time, and before you know it, you'll be at the finish line. And so yeah, 3rd and final semester of nursing school. I guess that's all I have for you guys today right now. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. I read all the comments and I try to respond back as fast as I can. Or if you have any content that you'd like to see on this channel, or like a Q&A or whatever, comment below. I'll try to come up with some new ideas for you guys. And I also have a blog that corresponds with this YouTube channel, and I do update the blog a little bit more just because I don't have time to film as much as I have time to just sit down and chug out a quick blog post. That's all I have for you. Thanks again for following. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks, guys.